Good morning, good afternoon, and welcome to another episode of Joydrive. On today's episode, we have Golf R. Inline 4 turbocharged, 292 horsepower, 280 foot-pounds of torque, and just a great all-round car. Is it a looker? I guess that's up for debate, really, isn't it? It's nothing special. You get a front bumper, you get some R's, you get a rear bumper, obviously you get the quad exhausts. Apart from that, you also get that really stunning blue. I'm really sorry this isn't that color. This is just the standard silver. They also do a fantastic red and also a banging pearlescent white. I'm with the silver, also perfectly fine. My car's a silver, so I'm not going to complain. So, first off, excuse the clickbait title, I'm very sorry, but you're here now, so let's talk about the car. You're going to see me jitter around a lot because I'm getting attacked by flies, mozzies, everything. I'm at a dam, so just over there is a big block of water. So all of the animals love this area. I don't mind insects, but when I'm talking and they're nibbling at your legs, it's just like, oh! So less of the insect bullshit. Let's go talk about the car. Okay, so as I mentioned, 292 horsepower. So it's actually near. It's just a bit. It's a bit more powerful than the i30N. Not quite as powerful as the Type R. 280 foot-pounds of torque, which goes through all four wheels, unlike the i30N and the Civic Type R, which is just front-wheel drive. You get your nice quad exhausts just here. You get some nice tail lights as well, which I actually really like. Yes, you get your reversing camera, so that's in here. Yeah, it's just an interesting car. I mean, obviously they've thought about some stuff, like the fuel filler follows the lines of the body. It's just a good car. Fantastic car. Don't let me take anything away from this car. It is a fantastic all-rounder, but that's all it is. I'm not going to talk shit about the car. It's a fantastic car. Drives beautifully. The seats are great. The interior is far better than either the i30N or the Type R. In some places, not all, but I'll get into that. So, on that note, let's hop in and chat some more, shall we? So, welcome to the interior of the Golf R. Now, before I get started, I did mention about the interior compared to the i30N and the Type R because that's what they're all compared against. Cast your mind back to my i30N video. I did mention that the interior was nice, and to be honest, I prefer the layout in the i30N, but this one is far more luxurious, I would say. The door cards in the i30N were like trash. But look, material, stitching, yeah, like nice detailing. There's materials when I rest my arm, it's nice. The armrest is nice. It's just a nice place to be. A great place to be, but it is a nice place to be. Let's get cracking, shall we? So I have got it in race mode. So yeah, let's just should we give it a quick launch? I know there's no one here, I've done a lap. So, oh man! Alrighty, let's have some fun, shall we? Alrighty. Wow, There's no taking away from the fact that this is a supremely handling car, extremely responsive. You can definitely feel the all-wheel drive in the corners. One thing I do particularly love about this car is the steering. The steering is, I don't like the steering wheel, but the steering is really nice in this car. I know it has a different steering rack to the normal Golf GTIs, so that's another selling point for you. I've said a million times before, my videos aren't about specs and oh my god, look at this, it's about feeling. I'm not gonna lie, it doesn't give me as much emotion as the i30N or the Type R. Obviously the i30N is far cheaper than this thing. Not as quick. I will say this again and again, if you're interested in buying this car, head down to John Hughes. There is not a doubt in my mind that you would go buy this car, because that's the car that you're looking for. You're looking for a great daily driver, one that you can park at the train station, you can go to work, you can come home, you have a bit of fun, you can go take your kids to swimming, go do whatever you want. Obviously the i30N is probably a little bit more raw. The strut base in the boot is a little bit of a hindrance to some people. I mean, yeah, I'm smiling. It took me a while to get there, but I'm smiling. I'm not actually sure it sounds as good as it does in here out there. Tell you what, let's cut to a sound clip and you can make your own mind up. So what do you think? I'm torn. I think it needs an exhaust, but obviously the selection of exhausts for this car is extensive, as every other YouTube channel that has a Golf R will tell you. Straight piping my ex. This interior is it's just refined, it's normal, but there's no real pizzazz. Like when I change it to race mode, nothing really happens. In the i30N, everything goes red. With Type R, everything goes red, and it's just there's an occasion about it. With the Golf R, it's like, yeah, okay, pop into race and off you pop. Just yeah, cool. Here we go. I don't know. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this channel's all about emotion, and that lets it down a little bit for me. Doesn't take away from the fact it's a fantastic driver's car when you properly get stuck into it. Now, whilst I do say there's no theatrics, there's no pizzazz, I guess is the word that you might use to describe it. It does have a lap timer. There is a performance menu which tells you how much boost you're running, how many kilowatts, and how many G's you're pulling. Interestingly enough, in journalists' measurements, the Type R will pull a lot more G's than this will in corners, which does tell you a lot about the handling characteristics of both cars. But I will stress they are two very different cars. The Type R is a track monster and this is a daily cruiser. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you do like what you see, don't forget to hit that subscribe button because it really does help me out. I've got a few more cars coming up with John Hughes, which I'm sure you will love, one of which I am so excited for, and it's probably not what you're expecting. So yeah, once again, thank you to John Hughes for letting me out in this bad boy, and I hope you appreciate my opinion. Take that as you will. It's a fantastic car. If you want to buy it, you're going to buy it because it is a great car. If you want to compare it to others, I would highly recommend doing that. If you're after something more raw and a little bit cheaper, the i30N is probably the one to go to. If you're after lap times, the Type R is probably the one to go to. And if you want to cruise around and have a great time but be comfortable, have all the luxuries, then this one's probably for you. So yeah, thanks again for watching, and hopefully I will see you guys and girls in the next one. Peace!